Hi guys, welcome again to the Web TV. As usual, my name is Omeri Tobias. Of course, today I am going to share with you some information about um, coding. So first, we're going to use code block. So I will go to on your website. You go to RBC Kenya. Then you're going to open this homepage. Then you select um, you are going to select learn programming. So once you select learn programming, you will be able to select the C language. So once you are on the C language, you will be able to download the code block from here. But also there will be some notes, so you can be able to download this code block, then you run it on your machine, Windows that is. There will also be a file for uh, Mac OS. So we will be doing some little work on C programming, some introduction, and we'll start with downloading, of course. So once you install your code block, I'll show you the few steps of how to be able to develop a program, such as the one that is going to be shown on the screen. Program like this one. So we will start right away. So the first thing you need to do is to install. So once you install, you'll be able to see it here. So then open. So once you install, you start opening. So when you open, there's existing project. But if you're going to the existing project, don't click here. Of course, you go to File. Then you will proceed to Recent Project. But for today, we'll start with Create New Project. So when you're on Create New Project, the interface is going to tell you a number of things here. So you will be able to go to console. So you'll be able to browse down and be able to check on a number of projects here. About console application, basically the one you'll use. Click next, then select C, then click next, then give it a title. You can give it any name there. You file name. Then you can select the folder that of course you want it. You will create a folder using these three dots here. So once you're done, you click next. Be able to just click next as and finish. So when you finish, you'll be having your project ready. Then you can click on source, double click, then double click on main. So it gives you the first language, of course. We will be able to look into detail or what this actually means. But the first code that we're going to be able to see is being printed here, and we'll be able to explain each and every meaning in this phrase. Hello world, and N will stand for new line. So today we're going to learn how to run it. You can actually change this to hello world. How are you? Hello world. or you can say HelpGen, whichever they want to make the typing. HelpGen, how is Kenya? Whichever you want. So once you're done, the next thing to do is to run this program, and you click run, then it should be able to give you a feedback where you can be able to see the command prompt. So for today, we're going to learn about that and just a few of theory of how this is going to be connected. And you can be able to start coding by doing so. This being stored on your laptop or your computer. So we go into the introduction of this C programming, and we have different types of programs. And C is a general language. You can be able to see here. It is a general purpose language and is used for writing programs in many different domains such as operating systems, numerical computing, graphical applications. It is a small language with just 32 keywords. It provides high-level structured programming, constructs such as high-level structured programming, and constructs such as statement grouping, decision making, and looping, as well as low-level capabilities such as the ability to manipulate bytes and addresses. So, since C is a relatively small, it can be described in a small space and learn quickly. A programmer can reasonably expect to know, understand, and indeed regularly use the entire language. So it's going to be pretty easy for us to jump into this program. So C achieves its compact size by providing pattern services within the language proper, foregoing many of the higher level features commonly built in to other languages. For example, C provides no operation to deal directly with composite objects such as lists of or arrays. There are no memory management of facilities apart from statistic definition and stack allocation of local variables. And there are no input output facilities such as for printing to the screen or writing to a file. Much of the functionality of C is provided by way of software routines called functions. The language is accompanied by a standard library of functions that provides a collection of commonly used operations. For example, the standard function print uh, open or those empty brackets prints text to the screen, or more precise to standard output, which is typically the screen. The standard library will be used uh, extensively throughout this text. It is important to avoid writing your own code when a correct and portable implementation already exists. So this is very important for us today. So we'll be looking at our first program. To be able to see a C program, whatever its size, consists of functions and variables. A function contains statements that specify the computing operations to be done. So we will look into a function, and a function contains statements that specify the computing operations to be done, and variables. We'll be looking at this much more in a better way. Be able to download this quickly as possible. And I open it here. Just expand it. Then I'll be able to look at this. It program. So when we're looking at this first program, you see that we are really interested in this. We're going to take the highlighter. So what is a function? So a function contains statements that specify the computing operations to be done, and variables store values used during the computation. So variables will store values used during the computation, while the functions will contain statements that specify the computing operations to be done. So the functions will contain statements that specify computing operations to be done, while variables will store the values. So the following program is a traditional fast program presented in introductory C courses and textbooks. So the first, you want to be looking at this. The first, just be able to make sure that my ink is not that thick. The first program, Hello World, which you have been able to see, includes stdio.h, and there's this code that has been used here, and as well as this one here, main, void meaning 0, and print hello world. So we will look at the function. Function contains a statement that specifies what's to be done, and n, as I said, means new line. You can go look at that. So comments in C start with slash, the star, and are terminated with slash, star slash. So very important when you look at this point here. I'll be able to look at it more precisely. The comment starts with forward slash star and end with star forward slash. Be able to look at that carefully. They can span multiple lines and are not nestable. For example, this attempt to nest two comments, when you look at that, results in just one comment ending here with star forward slash, and the remaining text is a syntax error if in case you do that. Inclusion of a standard library header file. Most of the C functionality comes from libraries. Header files contain the information necessary to use these libraries, such as function declarations and macros. And we'll be able to say that all C programs have main void brackets as the entry point function. This function comes in two forms, int main void and int main argc char star argc square bracket close bracket. The first takes no arguments, and the second receives command line arguments from the environment in which the program was executed, typically a command shell. More on command line arguments. The function returns the value of type, i.e., an integer. So we will be able to look at this in our next view of C programming. So for today, we're going to reach here as we look into the program that we have developed today. I hope you have been able to understand the first step of coding in C language. My name is Omeri Tobias. Bye bye.